Hey guys, welcome to another edition of TheNowTV. Coming at you from TheNowBand.com. Just a quick kind of year in review, 2014 wrap up. What's looking new for 2015, and we got a good Q&A section for you guys this show. This show is going to be used a lot more in 2015. I know we just scratched the surface of it last year with a few videos, but this is going to be a way to bring you guys inside and just have a more personal relationship with you guys through these videos, and be able to give you an insight into who we are, what we do, why we do it, and just be able to have a more personal relationship with you guys. We get a lot of comments and a lot of compliments about how we do go out and we hang out with you guys during the show, before the show, after the show. During the show we try to get out to the tables and speak with you guys, because that's who we are as people. We're very passionate about what we do, and we're very passionate about you guys coming to see us. We do not take it lightly, and we do not take it for granted at all. So this is just going to be another extension of that personal relationship between us, way for you guys to get insight into who we are. So, okay, let's start with 2014 wrap up. Basically, 2014 was a huge year for us. We played the most shows we've played in the band in probably 6 years, according to my records. So, a lot of good things that came out of 2014, where we got into a lot of festivals that we've been trying very hard to get into for a very long time. And you have to understand that a lot of the festivals book through agencies in town, because that's a lot easier for them to just, here, I have 8 dates to fill this festival, fill my calendar with these dates, here's my budget. It's very easy for them to do that, rather than have to field 100 calls from Joe Schmo in every little band in town, trying to convince you to book their band. So you can understand why a festival would want to just use an agency. And because we are not with an agency, we do the booking on our own. It takes us a little longer and a little bit more effort and persistence to be able to break into these festivals. So this year we played a bunch of festivals that have been strongholds for these other bigger bands. St. Romans and St. Matthias come to mind as a couple of them. We also had a huge show at Waukesha County Fair. We played there for 4 years in a row, playing afternoon slots and warm-up slots for other bands. And this year, they came to us and they said, we would love to have you guys headline. We really like what you guys have been doing. You guys have been putting on a good show, and have you guys headline on a Friday, Saturday night. So we ended up headlining opposite of the Toys on the other stage, and excuse me, we had an absolutely phenomenal time out there. Eddie Money was on the main stage, and so it just goes to show you that hard work, persistence, dedication, and patience will pay off big time if you guys are willing to be patient for it and work hard for it. That sooner or later it will pay off for you. And those were some big highlights for us in 2014. It was an absolutely incredible year. We played the most shows, like I said, and we've played in the band in 6 years. 2015 looks absolutely incredible as well. We're already been playing every weekend in the clubs. We're playing every weekend in the clubs in 2015. I already booked 4 new outdoor venues in 2015 summer that we've never played before. So those are 4 more new venues that we've been trying to bust into that I've already booked, and I booked that well before 2014 was even over. So the crazy mad dash of booking hasn't even started, which usually starts in early January. So for us to be able to already have 4 new venues on our schedule is absolutely a good sign of what's about to come in 2015. And again, this all goes back to you guys coming out to the shows, bringing people out to the shows, constantly supporting us every week in what we do. Cannot tell you how many times we have people come see the show, say, I've never seen you before, but I have friends that have seen you many times, and they keep telling me to come out and see you guys, and we finally had a chance to be able to come out and see you guys. So that all goes back to you guys putting the word out for us. So 2015 is going to be awesome. One big other announcement that we have is that we have a new production crew starting in 2015, actually starting this weekend out in Sheboygan. Kim Goulboard and Broadway Productions has been around the scene and well-known production guy in town. and they are signed on with us, and they're going to be our dedicated sound and light production crew. We're going to be doing all our shows for us, and you may know them. They also provide the production for a top country act in town called Rebel Grace, and so now they're going to be providing production for us as well. So we're excited about that new production crew. We're going to continue to try to bring a big concert experience to the small stage. That's what we've always tried to do, is try to bring a big show to even the smallest of places. So look out for 2015 coming at you. It's going to be a huge year. All right, let's get to the Q&A section. We got a couple of questions, a couple of good questions this week. First one is from our good friend Mark Schmidt, who comes to see the band quite often. He was very passionate about me answering this question on the show. His question was, why don't you guys use an agency or a booking agent in town to book shows? Everyone else in town uses a booking agent, and you guys do not. Okay, first clear up one misconception is that we don't use any agencies. We do book a couple of shows per year that are booked through the agency only because of the fact that they have an exclusive right to a calendar of some of the clubs. Again, just like I spoke about with the festivals, it's very easy for a club owner to say, here's my calendar, fill these dates. You got to understand that for a club owner to handling the calendar of live music is very tedious, monotonous, and time consuming thing to do as part of your job as a club owner. So it's very easy to just make one call and call an agency and book my calendar for me, rather than having to call back and return calls and emails and messages from, you know, every Joe Schmo band in town that wants to try to convince you to book their band. So those shows we do use an agency. Shows like Bar Louie, Paulie's Pub, Moe's Irish Pub, Bub's Irish Pub, those venues are exclusively booked through an agency. So if you want to play that venue, you must go through the agency. So we do use the agents for those shows. But the other biggest reason is that we're out hustling our own shows. And the agent is going to work for their signed bands on their roster first and foremost, which is obviously the right thing to do. So they get the most attention. So then what happens is if the agency gets a call for a show and all of their roster bands are full or unavailable or can't do the show, then they will go outside of the agency and they will look for other bands to use, a band like us or other bands in town. But by that time, our band is usually booked because we do book out pretty far in advance. So it's not that we don't use an agent to book our gigs, it's that we've been doing great booking it on our own. And by the time the agent comes to call me for a show, we're usually booked. But we've never played more shows than we have in the past couple of years, just out there hustling on our own and booking shows on our own. And everybody in the band brings leads to me, and everyone is always on the lookout and trying to find new places to play and stuff like that. So we work together as a band to try to just make our schedule as big as it possibly can. So it's not that we don't use an agent. We use them for a couple shows a year, which are the venues that specifically use agents for their venue. But other than that, we book everything on our own. All right, next question. Why do we play out of town so much? This goes to the reason that we want to play a lot. And if you want to play a lot, you cannot play 4 times, 5 times a month by playing strictly in Milwaukee, because there's not enough bars to do that. And if you did do that, if you played 4 times in Milwaukee, your draw would be split up amongst 4 shows. And so we found that in our research and our record keeping, that you get out of town and you play a bunch of these cool places, and you come back into town and your draw in town will stay pretty strong. And that's what we found over the years. But the bigger reason why we do it is because we want to play every weekend, and there's just not enough bars in Milwaukee to keep you playing every single weekend. Third question, why do you play so many small places? The reason for that is, again, because we want to play a lot. And some bands are not willing to bring their price down, or the stage is too cramped on stage because they got 6 band members, so they can't play a lot of these small bars. But for us, being a 4-piece, and which I've addressed in previous videos, why we are a 4-piece and why we don't add other band members, But all these things go back to the fact that we can play smaller places, we can play more places, and we have a lower price point for us because we don't use an agency, so we don't have the overhead of the agency costs. So we're able to play smaller places, which allows us to play more places, because that's our biggest goal in the band, is to play more often, bring what we do to more people. So we play small places for that specific reason. All right, last question. Why does Greg use a big kit, and even on the small stages he uses that huge kit? And the short answer to this question is because that's who Greg is. Everybody in this band is allowed to be who they are. I have never tried to change Greg or make Greg not be someone who he is as a person. Everybody in this band is allowed to be who they are. And because we, as a band, are who we are. You know, we get a lot of talk about, you know, you guys should do this, you should do that, you should do that, you should be playing country, you should play this, you play some hip-hop, you should play this. That's not who we are. We are a rock and roll band playing rock and roll music, and we will continue to do what we do and what we love to do based on who we are as people. And Greg uses a big kit because he likes a big kit. Pure and simple. And we would never try to change that about Greg, ever. Because then that would be us trying to change who we are as a group. And we're not going to do that. We are very passionate about what we do. And we are very cognizant of the perception that when you come see a band, you don't want to see a band that you think is faking it. You think a band is playing this song because it's popular. You think a band is jumping up and down on stage because they think that that's what energy is when you jump up and down like a crazy madman. But that's not who we are. We do what we do, and we play our shows the way we play our shows, with the gear we play it and the setup that we play it, and everything we do about this band is based on we're going to be ourselves. That's number one in this band, is who we are. So come out and see a show and you will find out that there is nothing fake or dishonest about this band. We are 100% pure and honest about who we are, what we do, and we make no apologies for that whatsoever. At the end of the day, we don't want you guys to come out and see a band who you think is faking it. And that's never going to happen in this band. Believe. Right there, baby. That's all you got to do is believe. Believe in what you do and believe in who you are. And if you do it with honesty and with passion, people will respect it at some level. And all we've ever wanted to do is be able to go out and play our shows and rock and roll the way we want to rock and roll, and hope that you guys like it. If you guys like it and you want to come out and party with us, let's have a good time, because that's what we're all about. It's just having a good time doing what we love to do. Rock and roll is not dead. No, let nobody tell you what they think it is, because we see it on a week-to-week basis. So that wraps up this episode. I'm trying to keep these things down a little shorter. I know I can be a little long-winded, but hey, that's just me. So you're just going to have to deal with that. All right, check out TheNowBand.com. Also check us out on Facebook, and you can subscribe to this channel. I'll put a little annotation up on the screen up here. You can subscribe to this channel and get on an email list by texting The Now to 22828. So one word, The Now, and text that to 22828. It'll get you on an email list. You'll get the full schedule on the website. It's usually about 4 to 6 weeks of scheduling out there. And we try to put a bigger schedule in the email list. You guys can plan on when to come out and when to send friends out to come see us. So hopefully we'll see you out there. This weekend we got first show of 2015. And celebrating my 10th year in the band. 10 years. Wow. And so we're playing the Sheboygan Emers Bar, 906 South 15th Street. Legendary, long-time live music bar in Sheboygan. No cover charge for the show, as always at Emers. And that's Saturday night. We hope to see you out there. And until then, just remember, believe.